As the title may suggest, I have landed my dream job at Microsoft as a Surface Partner Manager. And I just want to take the time to say thank you to everybody that has supported this channel over the past 4 years with your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions. As of posting this, I have just over 12,000 subscribers and over 5.5 million views. So thank you guys for that. And I wanted to let you know that I've raised the question as to what it is, what I need to do to continue making content moving forward. Obviously now not only being affiliated with, but now working for Microsoft, because I want to continue creating content for you guys on this channel. But I wanted to give you a quick update that if you haven't seen me post for the past 4 or 5 weeks, it is because I've been going through that recruiting process, and I just wanted to pause and put all my effort and focus on that. And from the day of recording this, I start my job in about a week. So thank you guys. I'm also creating this video for anyone that is interested in getting a job at Microsoft or in the tech field, just to give you a bit of background and an understanding of my experience. So I don't actually have a degree in engineering or in technology. I have a degree in education and human resources, but I've always had a passion for technology. I actually started working with people, helping people with technology back when I was at high school, working at Officeworks, which is essentially a Best Buy in Australia, working in the tech section. And from there, I always loved the Microsoft products and really understanding what tech can do for people in terms of making them more productive and improving their life, right? When I was at university studying primary school education and human resources, I applied for this thing as a Microsoft ambassador. I didn't even know what I was applying for, but it said Microsoft. I had looked at the description, put my hand up for it, and I managed to actually get in for an interview. And I remember the interview said, dress smart casual, be energetic, be passionate. And I saw the person walk out of the interview before me, and he was fully suited up. He had a briefcase. He just looked like he was what Microsoft was expecting. And I was there in basically a black t-shirt, my jeans, and I had a big A3 piece of paper with flip charts, because back then it was Windows 7. And I was going to say these 7 things about me using parts of Microsoft, like the start button to start, snap, and all those sorts of things. And I had what I think was a really good presentation. Even to this day, I thought it was quite cool, quite quirky, and a bit of fun. But I didn't think I was going to get the job. And when I landed the job, we had one of the dinners with everybody. And I remember asking one of the hiring recruiters, I said, hey, why did you pick me? Like, I saw the guy that walked up before me. He looked a lot more professional. And they said what really came across was my passion and my interest for technology. And that's a theme that I've really tried to stick with throughout my entire career, where I've followed the things that I've been interested in, and I've always seemed to land at where I need to be. Not always where I want to be. Yes, I've had a lot of rejections over the years, but I feel like as long as you follow what you're truly interested in, you have the opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people, work with a lot of amazing products and customers, and ultimately land up where you want to be, even if it's not as quick as you're expecting it. When I graduated from university, it was the first time the Microsoft Store was moving outside of North America, and I was using my background as being part of the U Crew, managed to get through a few of the interview rounds for the first flagship store in Pitt Street in Sydney, Australia. One thing I remember that happened was I knew where I was doing the final assessments, the final interviews, and they were there for about a week or so. And I got my interview wrong by a day. I was a day late. And I remember sitting on the couch myself the night where I actually missed my interview, thinking, you have 2 options here. The first option is you can say you've missed your interview date and leave it. Your career with Microsoft is probably gone up in smoke. Or you can, you know that they're there for a few days, rock up the next day, dress up, bring your resume, and really ask them if there's any chance that they could fit you in, and really apologize for missing your spot the day before. So I chose the second option, and I rocked up to the interviews, and I spoke to the lady at reception, and I said, look, this is a story. I missed this by a day, but I know you guys are here. Is there any chance that you could fit me in? She went away, and a few minutes later came back and said, look, Johnny's going to speak to you in about 5 or 10 minutes. Just hang around. And then I got in the room with with John, this big American full of life. And, you know, we just got started talking. And within about 10 minutes, he actually said, how does this amount of money sound? And would you like to join the Microsoft Store? And speaking with John again, after we'd started and I got more comfortable with him, you know, a few months later on, I asked him again, I was like, John, why did you pick me? If I was late for the interview, you said yes. And again, he said, I could see the passion, I could see the enthusiasm that you had when you came in. You know, you showed balls coming back to the interview, even though you were a day late. And then from the moment we got speaking, he could see that I was really passionate about the products, services, and really just about this job, not wanting to join Microsoft, but wanting to do something that was really impactful. And from there, that's been a theme of mine where I started in the Microsoft Store, and within 18 months, I managed to move from the Microsoft Store into the Surface team for the first time. I actually gave up my FTE or full-time role in the Microsoft Store to join the Surface team as a contractor, because that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to be part of the Surface team. And if that meant giving up my full-time role for a contracting role, I made that choice because I knew it would allow me to network with more people, work with tech that I was really interested in, and ultimately be somewhere where I wanted to be. I was there for 18 months or so, had 2 different roles in the Surface team, and then I moved over to Insight Technologies. I moved to their Sydney branch in Australia, and I was there for just under a year, again, because they were a massive Microsoft partner, and I knew they'd give me the opportunity to work with some amazing people, amazing products, and continue working with products like the Surface. I was there as a modern workplace champ, and I'd help customers with my Microsoft Surface team, all that sort of stuff. And I love my time at Insight. The thing that really got me though was I was traveling about an hour and a half each way to work. And that was just not quite sustainable, which is when I decided to move to the current role that I'd been at for the past 4 years, ASI Solutions. ASI is an amazing company. They operate across Australia and New Zealand. You know, I kept with Surface for so long because I really do love what these products enable people to do from a productivity standpoint. And I love the design of them and the fact that I always wanted to go back into the Surface team, but I chose to leave Microsoft because I wanted to get some experience in the partner channel and really understand what it's like to be on that forefront, not just at Microsoft, but what it's like working at a Microsoft partner. And then this role within the Surface team popped up, and they don't pop up very often, but I put my hand up for it, and I feel like this was a role that I wanted 4 or 5 years ago when I was originally part of that team, but obviously it wasn't the right time for me. And I feel like moving into the partner ecosystem of Microsoft for the past 4 or 5 years has actually made me a much better candidate for this role because I not only understand what it's like to represent Microsoft as a Microsoft employee, I also understand exactly what it's like as a Microsoft partner, the people that are there every day with the customers, understanding what it's like working within a business that has different priorities. And moving into my new partner manager role at Microsoft for the Surface team, I feel like I'm really equipped for this. And what I want to say is that I've really followed my passion for Surface and passion for Microsoft for the past 10 plus years, and it has led me to some amazing places with amazing people and customers over the years. And yeah, if you're looking at a career in tech, the main piece of advice I would give you is follow your passion, follow what you're really truly interested in, not because you think it's going to give you the biggest salary or because it's going to just look good on a resume, but do something that you really feel excited and inspired about every morning, because that makes the past 10 years go by like that. And there's really only a handful of times that I can think, oh, I don't want to go to work today. And then, you know, not that long after you first joined Microsoft as a U-Career ambassador, you're landing your dream job and getting ready to go back there with 10 years worth of experience and connections and just excitement still after 10 years of working in this product, but still being just excited, if not more, because you know what it takes. So yeah, my advice is if you're looking at joining a career in any sort of tech or any industry, follow your passion. And for those of you that have been supporting me for the past 4 odd years on this channel, thank you for everything. Of course, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys soon.